Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Professor Niro Mehta. Today we are going to discuss about subject called automobile component design. In this session, we are going to continue our example of bevel gear. I hope you understand that first part very well, where we have discussed about thrust force which is acting upon our bevel gear, and we have found out module regarding to those bevel gear. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss about those different criterias and dimension, namely its number of teeth, number of or diameter of a gear, and ultimately wear load acting on that. I hope you understand that point very well. So in last point, in last session, we have found out our module, which is m is equals to 5. Our module was m is equals to 5 mm. So depending on that, we have to find out number of teeth. Here we have diameter of pinion, which is 80 mm, and diameter of gear, which is 100 mm. So our number of teeth for a pinion will going to be 80 divided by 5. As you know that, or you can say, first of all, dp by module m, which is 80 by 5. So number of teeth on that case will going to be, you know that different values or different for that will be 16, and for tg is equals to dg by module, which is 100 by 5, which is 20. So here, depending on module, what we have found out? We have found out value of teeth and gear. In last lecture, we have found out our value of module. How? Depending on our thrust load. How we have found out those thrust load? Thrust load depending on the same material where it has allowable stress, which is 55 megapascal. Now, in this session, after finding this, we have to find our uh, we have to find our wear load. So let's get into this. What will going to be our wear load? Okay. So first of all, let's recap to last session. In last session, we have discussed about thrust load, which is sigma into CV into pi into B into M into Y dash into L minus B by L. Now, in this session, we will going to discuss about our wear load. So, what is wear load? Wear load is WW, which is dP into B into Q into K divided by cos theta P. 1 cos theta P1. In the case of we have in this case we got dp, we got b, we got q, we have to find q, and we have to find k. So now what is dp? So dp is 80 mm. What is b? So b we have found out depending on our module, which is 5, or you can say 5 into 1.2 into 12 into module, so 22 mm, which we have found out. What is q? So q is nothing but ratio of its teeth, number of teeth, teg divided by tep plus teg, which is nothing but 2 into 20 divided by 16 plus 20, which will going to be 1.22. Yeah, divided by, now we have to find k. What is k? K is nothing but sigma es square into sine phi divided by 1.4 into 1 upon ep plus 1 upon eg. Let's put all the values into this. So value of sigma es is 630 square into sine 14 and a half divided by 1.4 into 1 upon 84 into 10 raised to 3. This is 1 divided by it's those 2 into, because it will going to be same for a same material. So the value for K will going to be 1.68. Now put this value into this W, all the values. 80 into 22 into Q 1.22 and 1.68 divided by cos 38.66, which we have found. So ultimately value will be 4640 newtons. Now let's discuss about this value of phase width. Phase width value, which is 22, it is a value which we can take it from design data book for particular number of module for particular material. So this 22 is come from design data book, which is 22 for this material, and module which is 5. Now this let's recap to hold the example once again, once it's going to for you. So examples start with to find out module number of teeth. We are given diameter of pinion and diameter of gear. So depending on those input criteria which we are given here, which is power and its strength, we have found out WT previously. Clear? Now depending on those WT, we have found out module, and after that finding this module, we have ended with our first portion. So depending on that, we have take our number of teeth from this equation, dp by m, which is 80 by 5, which is 16, and dg by m, which is 100 by 5, which is 20. So ultimately we got the value of tp and tg. After finding this value TP and TC, we have moved on to find our next portion. What was our next portion? Next portion is to find wear load. But before getting into this, what we are going to require to find this wear load, that is endurance limit and its elasticity modulus of elasticity. Clear? Why? Because equation for this is going to be like this: WW, wear load, which is equals to dP into B into Q into K, where dP is diameter of pinion, B is nothing but a face width, Q is velocity ratio factor, and K is the strength depending on its elasticity, endurance limit and elasticity module. So we have dP, which is 80 mm, face width, which is 22 mm, which is found out depending on that module. Q, which is velocity ratio, which can be found out depending on 2 into TEG upon TEP plus TEG, which is 1.22. K, which is depending on endurance limit and modulus of elasticity, ultimately 1.68, where modulus of elasticity is 630, R phi is 14 and a half angle. Clear? EP upon EG, which is 1 upon 84 plus 1 upon 84 into 20 raised to 6. So directly I have put it as a 2 upon 84 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 1.4, which is 1.68. And by putting this value together, we have found our final equation or final value of our wear load. So I hope you understand this wear load. Here wear load will be 80 into 22 into 1.22 into 1.68 into cos 38.66, so which come out as a 4640. I hope you understand these things very well, each and every aspect of this example. If you have any doubt regarding to this bevel gear example, you can directly ask me. In next session, we are going to discuss about a topic called design of worm and worm wheel. So how we are going to design this worm and worm wheel, if, we are going to look in this next session. If you are doubt, you can directly contact. Thank you so much. So we are done with this exam. Thank you.